Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matter of Opinions. It's your girl Des.
It's your boy Bamboo. We coming at you live on a Friday. We got a
Friday.
we got a show and a half for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We about to entertain y'all for a second of six. You know what I mean? And
A
again,
second or sick.
a second of six. And again, hey, listen, man, if you guys got a show idea that you want us to touch on, you know what I'm saying? Let us know. You feel me? Because all this feedback later, oh man,
I'm hating Rudy.
y'all need to talk about this. Y'all talk about this too much. Man, fuck all that. If you want us to talk about something specifically, let us know. What's up, Des? What's popping now that you out of my state?
Well, in my state, but
My
anyway.
state. My
All
state.
right, okay, my city. How about that?
No,
So
no, 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 no.
anyway, hello Moosers family. How are you guys? How is everybody doing? Hi to all the new people here. If you are new and watching and you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like, comment, and share. And tell a friend to tell a friend to what, Bam?
Tell another friend that know a few more niggas that got some more friends that they can tell.
Right. Period. Okay. So it's been exhausting. I've been doing parent orientations and all kind of stuff. How's it been going for you?
Man, shit. I'm telling you, man. I've been going to funerals. I've been. Yeah, facts. I've been.
No, I'm not laughing that you were.
It's
All
okay.
right, I'm not laughing that somebody passed away. I'm laughing that you've been going to funerals with an S,
Yeah,
meaning
that means.
plural. So that means you just went for the mac and cheese.
Oh, facts. Facts. I go for the body and the mac and cheese.
Keith, send your ideas to the email matterofopinions@gmail.com so we can get those and go ahead and talk about it. You
Facts.
can always get on camera too. You know what I'm saying? You can always get on camera, share your opinion. I'm just saying.
But on some real shit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that when I go to a funeral, I'm going for the mac and cheese and I want to view the body. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
want
it,
to view the body. See,
yeah,
this is why people don't. My casket is gonna be closed because I don't got time for people like you.
nah, listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man, on some real shit, man. You know, the people that I went to view the body, man, I'm gonna tell you, man, the way these bodies been looking, I'll be honest with you, man. Y'all, we need to stop having open caskets. We need to start closing these caskets and putting a picture of the person on top of the casket with the bleeding heart. Because I'm be honest with you, my nigga, that some of these the two joints that I went to was crazy. And
Hmm.
I thought my mom in that casket looked at crazy, but I yeah, I seen some crazy joints. Some crazy joints this week. You know what I mean? And I want to touch on them. I want to touch on them, you know what I'm saying, before we start, you know what I'm saying, our little segments, you know what I'm saying? So, and I mean this with the most disrespectful way possible.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm dead serious. So, if your loved one passes away, right? Whether it's your mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your father, we really need to learn how to go to the funeral. People of color. We need to learn how to attend these people's funeral. Going to funerals in jeans and sneakers and all this other shit and fucking furry dresses and dried ass wigs ain't cool. I'm be honest, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not cool. Because y'all the same Negroes. that will dress up, put your Sunday's best on to go to the club, right? And then go to a funeral looking crazy. I'm at the funerals that I went to. I'm gonna tell you, man. You know, my uncle Carwin and my dad Melvin, man. They always told me, man. You know, you no matter where you go, you step out, you show up and you show out, man. You dressed to impress, especially for funerals and weddings. So, I got my nice little shirt on. I got my pants on. You know, my slacks, my shoes. Because first of all, it's hot. I'm not wearing a jacket, but I'm gonna rock a button up shirt, right? And these people looking at me like I'm the president. And I'm looking at myself like I'm the president because I'm looking at everybody else that's there. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. So, people of color, man, we need to start learning how to go to people's funeral, man. This is your loved one. This is going to be the last time you see this person. You know what I'm saying? Man, show your proper respects and keep y'all motherfucking ass in the house. I mean, in the goddamn funeral home, DePaula, and stop stepping outside to smoke something and blow something back. Stop. You got the repass to get high.
To get high is crazy.
Yeah, you got the repass to get high. You could smoke at the repass, after you done got you a scoop of the funeral macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? You could smoke at the repass. But
Have you ever seen a Jamaican funeral?
yeah, and I think it's utterly ridiculous the way they carry on. Everybody outside smoking. The only person in the funeral home
Is the body?
is the body. That's the only person in the funeral home. And this nigga in there and this female in there blinking like where everybody at. You know what I'm saying? That's first of all. Second of all, when y'all step up to give reflections and the people tell you to limit your shit to 2 minutes, limit your shit to 2 minutes. And when you talk about that person in that motherfucking casket, make sure that these people know the same people you talking about, because sometimes I be looking in the motherfucking casket like, well, that ain't the nigga I know. I know this nigga to be crazy. Or I know this female to be crazy. What's up? All right, cool. So at the end of the day, y'all need to learn how to go to these good people's funeral. Y'all need to learn how to go and show your proper respects, whether it's your mother, your uncle, your cousin, no matter who the fuck it is. Man, be respectful. Be mindful. All right? Hold on.
But what if they was disrespectful?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't expect people to really, come to my funeral and be respectful, because I'm a disrespectful nigga. I know I'm a disrespectful nigga.
So you might have some people show up naked.
Yeah, let me see that pussy before I go in that ground. Yeah.
What if it's a glizzy?
So the next thing I'm gonna talk about.
I mean,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And I mean, I know exactly what you mean. But that's my main take on funerals, man. Learn how to go to people's funeral. Learn how to show your proper respects to these folks. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they
how was
good.
the mac and cheese when you went?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Um, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, man, because I really didn't think that you could fuck up funeral mac and cheese. I didn't think you could fuck up grieving macaroni and cheese. And
Grieving macaroni and cheese?
listen, I didn't think it was possible to fuck up grieving macaroni and cheese. And the reason why I didn't think it was possible was because, like I said, man, when people pass away and they say we're gonna make macaroni and cheese for the repast, normally normal mac and cheese come out, the cheese come out the bag and is weighed the 2 cups, and you buy the Bordens and the Land O'Lake out the bag and you just dump that. But when it's funeral macaroni and cheese, them people got a lot on their heart. So they get the block of cheese and they grade
And then
it.
grate it up or cut it up in
Yeah,
the
and
small
you don't
block.
get all the preservatives and all of that. But I think they set the bar low. And then I got disappointed twice. Did my sound go out?
No, I'm listening.
Oh. So I got disappointed twice because I was at the
You want to be like, oh no, disappointed?
Twice. I got disappointed twice, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was at the repast, and they was like, "Yeah, how's the macaroni and cheese?" And I was like, yeah, no, this ain't it." And they were like, "Well, don't worry about it, cause they making macaroni and cheese and chicken at the house." So I said, "Well, shit." Whenever Big Mama stayed home to cook while everybody else viewed the body, that food's supposed to slap. And I
Oh,
told
it was at home.
no, the first one was at a church, the repast, and the macaroni and cheese wasn't it. Then they was like, "Don't worry about that macaroni and cheese because such and such is making macaroni and cheese at the house." So
Hmm.
I walked in the house and I said, "Hey, listen, um, the funeral macaroni and cheese wasn't hitting." She was like, "Oh well, my macaroni and cheese is everything." And so I took a to go plate, and yeah, I got disappointed
You turned the
twice.
plate upside down in the garbage.
Nah. I really was about to walk that macaroni and cheese back and leave it on the people porch.
On the porch is crazy.
That was my initial plan, but I said, you know what? I'll just blow their ass up on the pot. But big up to the White family, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Donald was a good dude. Big up to him. You know what I'm saying? And big ups to that.
So wait. I wasn't gonna say nothing. Chronicles. She sis. Okay, so she's been just saying random things, which is fine, right? We love that. But I don't, it seems like the things that she's talking about is topics that we had talked about on different lives. So I don't know if like her responses are the things we discussed. So I'm not sure if her phone or whatever she's using is glitching out and she's meaning to comment there, but it's coming here. I don't know what's happening.
All
But
I can
first she talked about the food being nasty in Colorado, random, but okay, great. Now I know not to eat the food in Colorado. But then she said, why even have a side chick? Just more headaches. And then at a certain point in your life, there has to be we out here to be married and married only games are for kids, right? So then Travis
listen,
asked if she's okay.
yeah,
And
you all
responded
right, sis? Because
that you ain't planning on going anywhere with. It's a waste of time. Put the energy in your spouse. And Bella said, "Oh, okay, it's not me." So like she says, "Travis, I'm good. Why don't ask?" I don't know. It don't sound like her. Like it just don't sound like her. Not that she doesn't share. She doesn't share the viewpoint. Like yeah, it sounds like something she would say, but it's yeah. We you personally need to call her and check on her after the live because
well,
it's random.
I'm gonna be honest with you, B. And I don't expect people to believe me. I just expect people to hear me when I say it. I just got off the phone with my sister about an hour ago, and,
And
and
she sounded fine.
she sounded fine. But I also want her to understand that we touched on those topics before. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people gave a lot of grief about it. You know what I mean? But if you go back 2 shows ago, you'll see where we was talking about side chicks, and I'm not getting into that tonight.
Right. No, I get it. But we you were talking about funerals right now. So
Yeah.
then okay, so you said do a poll of how many people agree with bamboo as far as the funeral mac and cheese, like as far as what, like
I
not the
don't.
side chick stuff. We kind of already
Yeah, I'm not
hashed
going
that
back in.
out.
I'm not going back into that. You know what I mean? Not going back into that. You know what I'm saying? Not this live. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, when you go to people's funeral, and people know if you die and you know me, I'm telling you, I'm coming to check out the mac and cheese. I'm
So
definitely.
I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna be no mac and cheese at my funeral.
Oh, then I ain't. Why in the hell? Why in the fuck would I follow the hearse all the way to the cemetery? Because I didn't eat nothing that whole day. Because I was waiting on this funeral mac and cheese.
That's like you. You better wait for Thanksgiving.
Nah, I'm over that. I had one bad experience, and yeah, I'm just
And
going.
then it'll mess up your appetite, so you still really can't eat after that because you probably got that aftertaste.
Not the taste. I can't even say it tasted because
Oh, it was like one of those like just noodles and cheese, but like no salt, no pepper, no garlic powder, like no nothing to kind of bind everything together. Just boiled noodles and melted cheese.
garlic powder is crazy, crazy work. Garlic powder and macaroni and cheese, that's
Some
crazy
people,
work.
I haven't done it. I just put simple salt and pepper. I don't even sprinkle. Some people put paprika over the top. They were like for the coloring. My coloring come from the oven charring it, not charring it, but giving it the little crusty crust on the
Yeah.
top. I don't. Yeah.
I just like I said, man, I just listen, it wasn't tasting, you know what I
What
mean?
did you and Chronicles talk about? Like I'm confused.
Man, what I talk about with my sister is what I talk about with my sister. I
Well,
didn't
clearly she's dragging it here. She got something to say to you.
but yeah, you got my number, man. You got to contact me after this live because yeah, I ain't doing that. Not on here. Like I said, man, a lot of people was pissed off the last time I started talking about side bitches, and I'm not gonna do that again today. Today ain't the time for it, as far as I'm concerned. I'll talk about that another time and how I feel about
Okay,
that.
so we gonna get ready to get into this,
Let's
right?
get into it.
So, the main thing is, do you need to go to the hospital for everything, right? For everything. Now, when I say that, I'm not anti-hospital and saying like the hospital is bad, whatever. I'm just saying that sometimes it's not always in our best interest depending on what's happening, right? Um she done got Sheila started up everything. So sometimes, for example, I'm not gonna put their business out there unless they want it out there, but I just had a friend that had a baby recently and they had situations where things could have gone a different way if they weren't educated. It's not just about the insurance part of it, it's that a hospital is still a business, right? It's a business at the end of the day. They're there to make money. Um, the people that we already had this conversation, the people that are teaching the doctors and creating the textbooks that physicians learn from are also the same people that are pushing the medicine. Big pharma, like let's just say what it is. Big pharma is have their hands all up in it, right? So oh, thank goodness Chronicles is okay. She was on see something. I knew something.
And
I knew
and and and
okay.
just to say this, Sheila, we are going to touch on that right after we get off of this hospital shit. I promise you, we're gonna touch on that if that's what you really want. Be careful what
Uh
you ask for with me. But go ahead.
Listen, now Travis, that is my cousin. So, but anyway, you don't need to be worried about who all it is
That
because
man
you
is
patching up
entitled.
some stuff.
That man entitled to ask.
Listen, it's my cousin, and that's
What
but
up, Billy
anyway.
Badass?
so so yeah, so with that being said, I don't know who knows this and who needs to hear this, but Black people in healthcare and how we get treated and our concerns heard or whatever the case may be is we're not validated. We get we get treated differently. And this is not a conspiracy. This is a very well known documented fact. There's plenty of interviews with physicians who will say, like, Black people are perceived to have tougher skin. We are perceived to have a higher pain threshold. We are perceived to, so yeah, so that's just what it is. But we go Black women, and specifically when we go in for childbirth, we have a higher chance of dying than any other race, period, right? Because when we say, hey, something's not right, they don't believe us. They think we're being dramatic and whatever else. Then they also do things where, and this piece specifically is not just for the Black women, but they do things like, okay, hey, listen, what we're gonna do is you are having your contractions, they're too slow, right? You're not progressing how you should be. So we're gonna give you some medication to speed up the contractions, right? So then that medication that speeds up the contractions, it works. So your contractions start speeding up. Now it's like, oh well, the baby's heart rate is increased because of there's so many contractions is happening so fast. So we're gonna give something to slow it down some and slow the contractions up some. Thanks, Trav. But then when they do that, it'll be like, oh well, now the baby's heart rate is too low. This is an emergency situation. It's critical. We got to get the baby out of there. Emergency C-section, right? Now, keyword, there is one billing. It's a CPT code for a regular C-section, like you just scheduled it and you came in, and then there's another for an emergency C-section, because now it's emergency surgery. So with anything being emergent and urgent, they're going to charge you more. And again, it's not just the money. It's the whole purpose of having a C-section is a huge major surgery. They have to go through layers of skin, muscle, move organs around to be able to reach the uterus, cut that open, which they, could risk potentially cutting the baby, but it's a huge surgery and it's not an easy recovery process, right? So what they do is when we're in that state, right? Let's say you're the pregnant woman, you are stressed out, you've been pregnant for long, you're ready for this baby to come up out of here, but you also want your baby to be healthy. You are hormonal because you got all these hormones going all over the place as your body prepared to deliver this baby. You're not thinking straight. You're not like, you're just, I can't even explain the type of experience that you're in when you're in active childbirth. So you think, oh, well, my doctors know what's best. They're going to do what's best for me. And they're not. They get paid per C-section. They want to go home so that they can watch their, like, let's say Super Bowl Sunday. We got to get this baby up out of here, because if they don't deliver that baby, they don't get paid extra for that baby. I want to get this baby up out of here so I could go home. And literally, again, these are facts. These are facts. These are not, oh, my opinion and I'm going crazy or whatever. And so there's so many videos of us dying because after the fact, the aftercare is even worse than the during care. So then you're like, oh, I feel pain here. Oh, that's normal. It's okay. And they downplay. They don't give us no medicine. They don't want to hear us out. Hours and hours and hours we're complaining. And they do nothing about it. Up until right before it's too late. Then they want to do something. But it's too late because we done bled out, coded, and whatever else. And now we don't make it. So to my black queens and just black people in general, make sure we're not going to have all the answers. And that's the shitty part about it. Anything that they're saying that they're going to do for you, any medication that they say they're going to give to you, look it up. Look up what the side effects are. And don't just, everything is going to say, oh, could cause cancer, could this. So don't go too extreme. You got to try to use your discernment to filter out. Ask, just Google, what does this mean? And how does that, affect the body? And what would this do for me? How could this help? Freaking, we have so many options today. We need to advocate for ourselves because they don't give a fuck about us. And as much as possible, get a doctor that looks like you. And it's not about being racist. This is about survival. Get a doctor that cares about you. There's a documentary called The Business of Being Born. Watch it. The Business of Being Born.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm kind of outnumbered on this because I ain't never had no goddamn baby. I ain't, I've never experienced that. So that's something I can't even touch on. You know what I mean? But, if y'all say that's happening, y'all say that's happening. But I'm pretty sure there's, white women that die from the same shit.
No, of course. But black women are at a disproportionate rate. Within the first year of giving birth, our chances of dying from childbirth related complications
but we gotta stop
significantly, drastically. And it's not because of, diseases that are common for black women. No. These are things that could have been prevented had our providers listened to us. Period.
We got to stop putting color on shit. That's just my personal opinion.
Right. They should stop and just hear their opinion as a person,
that's my individual.
Opinion. But they're literally do some research.
Listen to what you're telling people, right? Mm-hmm. You telling people, and I've had people in the chat They tell me, "Oh, Bamboo, you got to be careful what you say based on your platform, Wanda." So what I want you to understand is, like, you got to be careful what you say. Hold on, you got to be careful what you say out there, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if we keep making things a black and white issue, especially when white women are dying over the same shit, you know what I mean? It's like we gotta at some point we gotta stop. You know what I mean? At some like me personally, I'm just tired of hearing, oh well, black people are dying at a more progressive rate than white people because of this and that. I mean, I can only
So if
speak on
you're
shit that
tired of
I've
hearing
experienced.
it, then go to school, become a doctor, and then help save us so
Yeah,
we
but
won't be
see,
dying.
what you're
Contribute. Do
what
something
you-
different.
what
Because
you're
it's not my personal opinion.
what you're
These are
telling
literal
me,
facts. You can get the statistics on it. You can Google it. Like literally, it's free. Just Google
what
it and look it up. It's
what
not
you
about saying,
what you're
oh, black people
telling
this, black people that. It's literally a fact.
what you're telling these people, right? You're telling these people, oh, when your doctor comes to you, now mind you, 9 times out of 10, and I could be wrong, but I don't think so. That your the doctor that's delivering your baby is also your gynecologist, right? So this,
No, that's not necessarily true.
but this
First
is
of all, no, no,
hold on,
no. The
hold the
chances
fuck
of you,
on,
you how you ask me a question and I'm trying to
hold on.
answer it.
No,
the
all you
the
have to do
chances
is
of
say yes
you the
or no.
chances of you if you are going to give birth in the hospital, right, and you have gone through a practice, you rotate between doctors because whoever is on call will be the one to show up. However, in cases of emergency where your water suddenly breaks and maybe by the time the doctor gets there, whatever, you get whatever physician is on staff at the hospital. So sometimes you don't even know these people. Now, your actual gynecologist still may not be the person that births your child. You barely know this person.
All right, so like I said, when I get on this mic, I speak based on my experiences, right? So my experiences is when my kids was born, right? From when my kids was born, right? We called Dr. Julia Gray and we told her, you know what I'm saying, it's going down. And she was there to to deliver my children. And that's the same thing with my wife now. Her gynecologist delivered the baby, right? The babies. So I've never experienced anybody other than the woman that been visually looking at her pussy for 9 months and examining to make sure everything was good. I've never experienced it. But
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to tell y'all is what you're telling people, right? You're telling people,
I'm telling
hold on,
people to be educated
you
and make
don't
an
know what
informed
I just said.
decision.
You don't know what I'm about to
That's
say.
what I'm telling people.
You're telling people that when your doctor tells you this is what I'm going to give you, that you should tell them, well, hold up, let me Google that and see what it's going to do, right? If you do that, you are prolonging what's happening, right? You're supposed to always trust your doctor, the person that you've been going to for 9 months. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to always trust them. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm not gonna put my business, but I got a doctor, right? And he tells me, he says, Maurice, I'm a specialist in what your condition. Oh shit. I'm a specialist in what your condition is, right? So this is what I need you to do. I never question him. I never question him because he's the specialist. So if you're giving birth and you've been going to this doctor forever for the 9 months that you've been carrying this baby, and because understand that doctor knows whether there's complications during your pregnancy, right? So she or he's gonna say, listen, this is what I suggest. We gotta start learning to go by what they suggest. I'm a bus driver, I ain't no fucking doctor. If this motherfucker tell me, yo, listen, this is what I think should happen, this should be our next course of action, that's what I'm gonna do. I got a friend right now, not childbirth, but I got a friend right now that didn't go to a doctor for 4 years, right? And now she literally is dying because of cancer and she didn't want to take her doctor's advice. So what you guys got to understand is your profession is your profession, their profession is their profession. Stop going in there with this black person mentality like, oh, y'all just trying to kill us, and take the shit that they're giving you. Point blank, period. Take the shit that they're giving you because y'all on this shit. Oh well, that right there. Let me Google that. Oh, that seems to be one of the main causes of autism or this or that, right? And then your kids come out to be fucked up anyway. Let the people do their job. They go to school for damn near 12 years for this shit. Let them people do their job. I never question a fucking doctor. Like when people get on my bus, I don't expect them to question me about a transfer. Don't question me about how I take a turn. Let them people do their job.
Yeah, I disagree because, like
Okay.
I said, these same, yes, you should. In reality, no, theoretically, you should be able to trust all of your providers. That's what they're there for. They're supposed to advocate for us. They're supposed to help us and guide us when we don't have the answers because, right, they went to school for all these years and they should be the experts in their field, right? However, that is not always the case. And I'm not saying, like, for me, my primary care doctor, I trust her when she says something. And again, this is just for all services. I was specifically talking about black women in the childbirth because we do have a disproportionate
Is that me?
rate. And so we need to be advocating for ourselves because it's not being done for us. But my thing is, just because you're a doctor, I don't care if even if you were a lawyer, people give bad advice every day. It doesn't matter that this is their profession. They give bad advice every day. People are human. They're going to make mistakes. Sometimes there's a doctor who during their prime, they were the best doctor, gave the best advice and was phenomenal. Now in their older age, they're still giving out that same advice and it's outdated. There's new information, but they don't know that because they haven't gone to kind of adapt and adjust to the changes with technology. So they're still giving out the same old advice that does not apply today.
If
You should always, this is your body, your life, right? I'm 100% on, you should go, to the doctors, get checked out, get your physicals, so, and get your blood work to make sure that you're straight. So I'm not saying to fight medicine. I'm just saying to be informed. If somebody wants to put you on a medication, something that you're going to consume and put in your body, that's going to have you moving and maneuvering different and you dealing with side effects, right? You should know. So you look it up and you see if this is going to fit you. And then if you have questions, talk to your doctor. Don't interrogate them like, oh, so why you recommend this and then and whatever. Just say, okay, so I did look into this or I looked it up online and I had a couple of questions. It says that, this medicine might help my asthma, but now it says that the side effect, the common one is, a rash that's like psoriasis. And so if that happens, then what? Oh, I'll have to take another medication to combat psoriasis. Okay, what is that medication? You look into that. Oh, okay. So now that is gonna cause, you know, achy foot or whatever the heck it is, and it's just a cycle. Okay, how long am I supposed to be on this medicine? Like, it's just like a thing. And now for me personally, I personally had an experience with when I was pregnant with my son, my second pregnancy, and I was struggling to breathe, like literally. Like anytime I could just go like this, just sitting up, like it's like I'm dying. And it wasn't because I was overweight, because I wasn't. Actually, they were saying that I could have gained more weight during the pregnancy. And I had an extremely healthy pregnancy. I had an extremely healthy pregnancy before this incident. And so I went to the hospital, and I went to the hospital that was close to the birthing center that I was supposed to give birth at, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, just in case I have to go into labor, I want, like you said, the providers that I've been with for all this time to see me. So it was further away from my house. I went there to get the help. The doctor there, he took it as, okay, well, why did you travel 45 minutes away from your house when you could have gone to the doctors over there? First of all, don't question why a patient chose to go to whichever location. This patient is here. You treat the patient, you assess, and you evaluate and go from there. But I explained to him, hey, my midwives are across the street. The birthing center is across the street. And so just in case, I came here. He tried to misdiagnose me. He wanted to inject blood thinners in my stomach and give me all kinds of stuff. And I asked him, well, why would you need to give me this? And my blood pressure was textbook perfect, right? Now, he didn't explain this to me. I knew it just from knowing what a normal range for a healthy blood pressure is. So I said, okay, why would I need to be on a blood thinner if my blood pressure is perfect. Oh, well, you're saying you can't breathe, right? Okay. So explain to me. I'm not saying that that's the wrong thing to do. I'm asking why. Why are we doing it? What are we looking for the outcome? This is my plan of care. So put me in it. I need to be, this is what I need. I need to know what's going on. This is about me. So he said, well, if your blood pressure is high, it may cause you not to breathe. I said, okay, but it's not high. Okay, but what if you have blood clots? I said, but you just did an ultrasound of my legs and you didn't see any blood clots there. Okay, so then what would you like to do? I said, well, what's not going to happen, because I, at that point, wasn't satisfied with his answers and his reasonings to give me what he was going to give me, especially you talking about putting something in my belly while I'm pregnant. Like, that just doesn't make sense. So he said, what did he say? So he was upset that I was just having these questions. He was very rude, very disrespectful. Oh, well, you have anxiety. And what am I anxious about? I'm sitting here. I'm upset. Yes. What have you observed that would give you the indication that I have anxiety? I'd like to hear it, because you're the first physician that has ever said it. And if it's true, hey, then great, sign me up, give me whatever I need to take, whatever. I'm not against it. But again, why have you come to this conclusion? And so he couldn't have an answer, so he did something else, just put the little ear things on my legs. Then I said, hey, could you do blood work and see if it's my iron? I have low iron anemia. And so he's like, oh, well, your iron's perfectly fine. That wouldn't cause you this. He's like, oh, well, it's the baby. You can't breathe because you're pregnant. I'm like, I've been pregnant before. I know what can't breathe because I'm pregnant and can't breathe because I fucking can't breathe. It's a difference. Oh, no. So it was just a run around. Whatever. Every other department kept telling him, I'm fine. In terms of, he tried to put it, you need to see the cardiologist. They were like, her heart is fine. They ran all these tests. Her heart is fine. Oh, you need to see the OBGYN. They came down. Hey, baby's fine. It's not related to pregnancy. Everything is healthy. She's good to go. We don't need to take baby. He was pushing the buck. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and self-discharge myself, right? And he was like, okay, well, he had an attitude about that. Then he wanted me to sign a waiver saying that if something were to happen, that him and the hospital is not liable. Bull fucking shit. Are you kidding me? No, you're the exact person that's going to be liable. Why? Because I came here to get help and you're dismissing everything. You're not doing the right things. So I refused to sign that paper, but I did ask for a copy of all of the blood work and lab works and everything that they did for me while I was there, because I spent the night.
I would have sent your ass back across the street.
Well,
I would have sent your ass right back across the street.
So they gave me a printout of everything, right? Before I walked out of the hospital, I was on the phone with my primary care doctor explaining to her what was going on. And she said, no, you need to go see a hematologist. And I said, well, I asked him to see a hematologist, and he told me that, oh, I don't need to see a hematologist. That is not the hematologist. She said, no. I'm going to make some phone calls. We're getting you in now. She made the calls to the doctor. I got in that same day, and I walked with the same exact paperwork that I got from the hospital into the hematologist's office. That man picked up the paper, looked at it. He said, no wonder you can't breathe. This is wrong. We're going to get you set up for, and it was related to my iron and my ferritin levels. They're low. You need an iron infusion. And I was better. Fine. Immediately.
You should have just happened? What would have happened? Packed the shit up and left. You should just pack the shit up and left. Because after all of that, right? You fucking stayed.
No,
you stayed. You had all those
next
fucking
day.
questions.
I was under observation. This was the next day when he said the people were supposed to come in, right? The people were supposed to come in, and he sent those doctors passing the buck, and he didn't send them in. The ones that I was requesting.
Me personally, I would have sent.
And then here's the biggest thing: my blood pressure. Naturally, your blood pressure will go down in the night. So my blood pressure did go down like it normally does when I was sleeping, and they come in and constantly check your vitals. So if he would have given me the blood thinner, it would have been even lower, and then I would have had an emergency situation because my blood would have been too thin, and you can drown, like you can't have too thin blood. So it's just, at the end of the day, they don't believe us.
Okay.
They, and again, I'm not saying that this is going to be the case every time. I'm just saying for people to be smart, advocate for themselves, and do what they got to do. Because I could have lost my baby. I could have lost myself. all because he didn't want to hear what I had to say. And he told me I was fine and I was imagining things, making this up.
And Anne Marie, let me just say, because I don't want you to think I didn't read your comment. Did the doctor say that as a joke? That hurry up, it's the holiday. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was fucking joking. I
But
mean,
that's not, it's just some things you just don't
that's a
joke
joke.
about.
That's a joke. And to the doctors, so let me give him a little credit, right? Like, it's fucking Christmas. Push this motherfucker out and let's
Right,
go.
because we pick and choose when natural labor happens. We get to
Man,
pick and choose that. Yeah, right. Don't
pick
be don't sign up to be a labor and delivery doctor if you want to get home for Christmas. Certain professions, it is what it is.
man, listen. I
Like you
I
say, the CNAs with the wigs on. Hey, if it's your rotation, you wiping ass for Christmas.
I give big up to Dr. Huxtable, because no matter what time of day if you call Heathcliff, he was going to deliver your baby. And and let me just say this: rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know what I mean? He had a unfortunate, timely death, drowning. You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying that, Michelle, because I worked many Christmases as a CNA, and many holidays, not just Christmases. It just is
So
what it is.
first of all, let's don't get offended over that, man. If you're a CNA and you drive a 99
Listen,
Nissan
respect. It's
Altima,
it's hard backbreaking work. I don't
and you
care.
and you got to wipe ass on Christmas, you got to wipe your ass on Thanksgiving and all the other shit. It's the same. It's the same thing for bus drivers. You feel me? Like, y'all don't know how to keep y'all fucking ass home on a holiday. On a holiday, we thinking we gonna get this little extra 8 hours and drive and get nobody, and we end up with a bus full because nobody wants to fucking drive. So if you a CNA and you got to work on the holidays, you know what I'm saying? And start that little 1999 Nissan Altima up, put on your blue wig. You know what I'm saying? And go
The
stand out.
blue wig.
They'll stand outside them people's facility and smoke your reefer on your break. I mean, shit. What the fuck? Y'all know what y'all do. Don't act like y'all don't. You know what I mean? But listen, if anybody got anything else they want to talk about, let me know. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to tell some more niggas to tell them friends too.
so, with that being said, I want to move on
Wait,
to
really quick. I have to show y'all this video real quick. I gotta show you this video.
Handy a scandal. I want to touch bases on Sheila's situation because
You said we're going to okay, but hold on. I want to show y'all before we jump off because it's kind of
all right,
related
do me a
to
favor.
this.
Scroll down so I don't look stupid, because I want to make sure that I talk about what she said. I think she said something about some niggas spending money. That's my whole qualities. Oh shit.
Are
Okay.
you
I want
recording?
I
Yeah, she
want
is.
I
She's
want
getting
my
press
baby.
charges.
Okay. I will press
Yes.
charges
Who
because
who
you cannot record us. We have to give consent. It is
but
in
I
all of
asked
the
you to give
and
me my
I said
baby and I'm being nice and you're not
right
letting me be
now,
nice.
for the safety of your baby, because you are very
I
hyped. The
have not
police are coming.
I
I want the
hold on a
baby in the
minute. I'm not
nursery.
hype and I'm not recording. I'm not hype. I said I want you to take your hands off so I call the police and I just want to leave. That's all I'm saying.
But you can't.
You can leave. Baby will have to stay here.
No, the
Baby
baby
stays for
cannot stay.
24
One
hours.
second. I just had a nurse say that I pushed her and I didn't push her. I didn't do anything, and I'm asking to leave because I don't feel safe here.
And you can
I'm
leave.
saying that I want you to just take your hands off my baby and
Sandra,
just
Christina.
let me go home with my
Hello.
baby. I just had a
I
C-section.
know
That can't be an
anybody wouldn't
option
be
right
able to go
now.
home with their baby. Not till 24 hours because there has to be
But the
testing and
lady,
all
the
that stuff. I
nurse,
know.
just said that I hit her.
That's
First,
why we're trying to resolve that
I did
issue.
not hit anyone. I'm not a violent person, and I just want to go home with my baby.
The
I
baby
don't feel
has to be here
safe.
for 24 hours.
I understand that, but due to the allegation, I don't.
So,
Hospital
first of
policy
all,
is hospital policy. You ain't pushing no goddamn baby out at fucking 2 o'clock, and just because you had an incident with a damn nurse, I'm taking the baby home at 7. That is a
First of all,
liability.
they actually was pushing people out quicker than that during COVID.
That is a
So
lot.
there's
That
it's
this
already
we're
been
not.
proven that we don't need to be sitting in no hospital.
No, that's the
Granted, she had a
fucking problem.
C-section, so her situation was an emergency situation. But I
That's the
think people forget that we were giving birth at home for centuries, right? We were giving birth at home for centuries. Giving birth in the hospital is a new thing, right? Even though yes, it's been for the last, you know, 30, 40 some odd years to be a more common thing, but we were having babies at home
that's
and
because
everything was, we
y'all
were
didn't
fine, right?
y'all didn't have a
So
fucking choice. Y'all didn't have
what
a
do you
fucking choice.
mean?
Listen,
They had to come up with something. I can't remember what it was, but they had to come up with something to convince women to give birth in the hospital and not at home because they wanted to
conspiracy
make the
shit.
money. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a
Conspiracy
conspiracy.
shit. You know, I'm gonna
And
be honest
so
with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Dead ass, because shit like this make me tight. Shit like this make me tight. You know why it make me tight? Bitch, you and your kid can go home, sign this motherfucking waiver that say anything happen to your motherfucking kid, we not reliable or responsible, and you can take this motherfucker and go wherever the fuck you want. Because
I think
I can promise you that fucking kid, if that kid would have left and died in the parking lot, they would have been trying to sue. The people are trying to enforce their policy. You just had a C-section. Hold on, Des. You just
I didn't even say
said
that, Goldie.
you just said that a C-section is the most dangerous goddamn operation surgery that you can have.
One of those.
One of them. Now you trying to tell me that this bitch done had the muscles cut, the stomach cut, the layers of skin, the baby almost got cut, but just because she had a situation with a nurse who's probably gonna leave within the next couple of hours, she gets to take the baby fucking home.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Man, listen.
That's not what I said.
Hospitals, I'm gonna tell you something. Come up with a form where these people these conspiracy theory people can sign these goddamn forms, take their goddamn kid and go wherever the fuck they want to go and do whatever the fuck they want to do. Just make sure you're not liable. That's it.
My thing is, here's her wrapping her arms around my baby, like it was kind of possessive. I feel like she did it to be funny or whatever.
She had a hand.
Baby needs to stay here. No,
Yes.
Get your fucking hands off my baby. Number one. If I got a problem with you, you're right. They hospitals absolutely do have their policies, which is why we need to promote, doing our own thing and seek it. Still, there's midwives. They do safe at home birth for those who will be safe to do so. We don't need to keep putting our lives in the hands of people that don't respect us and whatever else. However, in this situation, she had a C-section, so she would have had to be at the hospital. I don't know if it was emergency, if it was scheduled or whatever.
You're not gonna listen to the information. You're not gonna listen to what the doctor say. Give the midwife a butcher knife. And let her do what she got to do and have your baby at home.
Listen, at the end of the day, there were a couple of options that could have been had. Because she had whatever conflict with the nurse that was having all these problems, saying she pushed her or whatever, which, I mean, the people that had C-sections, you barely could move. So pushing somebody, that seems, not to say that it didn't happen, but that sounds a little far-fetched. But just don't have her replace her nurse with somebody else. Don't have that nurse come in to be her provider, coming in contact with her baby. Don't have that nurse doing anything for the duration of their stay, right? Now, this nurse talking about, baby needs to go. First of all, just because you're in the hospital, policy doesn't say that the baby cannot stay in the room with you.
What I'm trying to tell you,
the bassinet can absolutely stay in the room with you.
I'm pretty sure if you spoke to the administrator, the whatever administrator up in the hospital, right?
She could have contacted them too.
Then I'm pretty sure they was trying to the lady said, we are trying to resolve that issue that you had. And
by taking my baby against my will, that's not resolving my issue.
The lady said, we're trying to resolve that issue, right? And I'm pretty sure part of the resolution would have been that we're not going to have this nurse provide any kind of care to you or your child. I'm pretty sure that was going to happen. But again, I understand, Wanda, this is my platform and I should watch what the fuck I say. But if you want to take your motherfucking baby and leave, I wouldn't give a fuck if you just pushed him or her out. Sign this motherfucking waiver and get what? Hold
if they
on.
under medication, the signature wouldn't be valid. It does have
Fine.
if she
Well,
had
have your baby
she
daddy,
was under
your husband,
anesthesia.
have your baby daddy, your husband, or whoever the fuck was there, or your
Right,
mammy,
Ash, where you been?
or your mammy, to go ahead and sign these waivers and walk their goofy ass out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no ice chips and no fucking ginger ale. Get what we call, yeah, get the fuck out.
Wait, this is but this just shows how important it is for you to have a support person with you, because that nurse was gaslighting her, and I can bet, because these people, when they trying to be manipulative, they do these things all the time where they cause the problem and then want to try to act like you're the problem when you speak up about it. Like, oh, so we're trying to help you. Because if she was talking calm and trying to help from the start, I'm sure that the patient wouldn't have felt the need to call security to get the help that she's not currently receiving. Like, stop playing with me. Because I'll flip all. But see, you know,
I know. That's what you would do.
This is the
Listen,
problem.
let me tell y'all something. The problem
And
is
it's going to trigger postpartum depression.
the problem is that, and this is just my perspective, right? The problem is we don't know when the camera came out. You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
You said we don't know when what came out?
We don't know when the camera came out. We don't know when she started recording. She could have been going nuts up in there before she pulled out.
She just had a C-section. I promise you. You can't even lift your arms straight up after
she had her arms up with the fucking camera. 5 hours fucking later, she could have been in there wilding out. And then when the nurse came with the police, she could have calmed down. We always getting one side of the joint. Listen, man. Listen.
All right.
Hold on. This all I'm gonna say.
That theory could be valid, but why can't the nurse have doing some bullshit as well also be an option?
Exactly. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying we getting one side of the story.
Yes, we had this conversation before. If you're getting your back blown out, great, congratulations. I hope it was amazing and fireworks happen. You still could have clicked and just watch after you laid
No. She sound goofy as fuck. If you getting your back blown out, don't stop the nigga from blowing your back out. I'm not talking about
while it's happening. I said after the fact.
No, blow the back out. Fuck this podcast while you getting your back blown out. Did you fuck?
While I said after.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but after I blow it back out, I ain't watching.
During the day too. Let us do a daytime live. They gonna be out then too.
After I blow it back out, I'm not watching no TV for at least 12 to 24 hours. I'm gonna be looking at that good piece of pussy. I'm like, look at you. Look at you. You fucking crazy? Nah, I would just be on that. Because ain't no way in hell. But Ashley, big ups to your back being blown out. Second of all, big up.
Don't break it. You only get that one bag. Once it get raggedy, it's ragged out.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick. Ashley, big ups to your back getting blown out. But more importantly, because I seen your pictures, big up to the nigga that was blowing your back out. Big up to him. You got yourself a premium piece there, buddy. Big ups. So listen, with that being said, I want to jump into the what Sheila had to say.
Hold on. You want me to go up and find it?
Yeah, because I don't want to come up off, because she not to say that you guys aren't, but she's one of our like big supporters, you know what I'm saying, except for the last week after last, you know, she like my shit was foolery. Don't give a fuck, Sheila. That's just my personal thing.
Talk about how niggas don't spend money on us women no more, because she was on it. And
y'all motherfucking women is crazy. Y'all fucking crazy. What? You want to go first? Do you want to go first? Hello? Am I frozen?
No, you talking about, you the one who said you wanted to address it. Why would I go first?
Because why the fuck do women feel as if niggas need to spend money on y'all? Why the fuck? Y'all said,
I think it's just
I asked you, did you want to go?
Standard
I asked you, did you want to go? You said no.
Female. You asked the question, boy.
And you said no. You said you going one time. Now I'm talking, you're going to cut the shit off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just was answering your question. You said, why do women feel like that?
Yeah. Ain't no money.
I think it's just a traditional courtship thing where men, since the time of time, have gone out of their way to, go on horseback and do some shit and whatever. It's since
Listen,
the time of
Sheila.
time.
Listen, Sheila. I internet love you, but of course I'm gonna sound dumb because I'm fucking agreeing with you. Ain't no nigga gotta spend no money on you. Ain't no way in fuck. If I take you out to dinner, only thing I'm entitled to buy you is fucking dinner. I ain't entitled to buy you no motherfucking Birkin. I ain't entitled to buy none of that.
No, I think that's what she's saying. If you on a date and if he ain't paid, well, I'm assuming that's what she meant.
Listen, first of all, you motherfuckers need to learn how to order when you on a date. If you on your first motherfucking date, this ain't no motherfucking filet mignon and all of that date. Is you fucking crazy? This is a motherfucking regular goddamn date. Order regular shit. The second date, unless you anticipate giving me some pussy, there's a difference. But y'all niggas will sit up there, eat lobster tails and fucking and king crab and all of that. And when the nigga act, am I getting lucky tonight? Absolutely not. But his wallet done got unlucky. Sound fucking crazy. I won't spend no money on no chick. Not until I know exactly where it's going. Because at the end of the day, y'all want to equal rights. When are you gonna start spending money on him? I think some of you motherfucking chicks put too much emphasis on your pussy. I think some of y'all pussy is overpriced. That's just my personal opinion. Every chick thinks she got good pussy, that she entitled to a Birkin, she entitled to this, and she entitled to that. No, you're not. You might just have average fucking pussy. Your pussy is overrated as far as I'm concerned. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not spending. When exactly am I supposed to spend this bag on you? That's the question. That's the question I want to know. When do chicks think that the nigga is supposed to spend his hard-earned bag on them?
I feel like each female has their own set of standard, and the man can either meet that or not, and then the guy has their standard, and he can either meet that or not. You get what I'm saying? So, that's just what it is. For me, I'm not ordering lobster on no first date. I need to take it small because I don't want to be doing all this chewing. I don't know. I don't even know. It's been so long. Sean and I got together when we were 18. So our dates at that time is different than what a date would be today. This what me and him did back then ain't gonna be acceptable if I was single today. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, but I also don't expect, like, I pay for dates too. I'm not paying for the first one, but I pay for dates. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just, I'm not paying for the first date.
At the end of, you ain't got to pay for the first date. I'm not saying that. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, all right. So first of all, let me just say this because I do have another daughter, right? And I emphasize this to her. When you start dating, you set the tone, right? So if you start dating, right, and the nigga pick you up in whatever car he pick you up in, right, and he don't open the door, stay your ass outside the car until he get out and open the door.
Be like this, looking at the door like, do we have a problem?
Let the nigga know what your expectations are, right? But if this nigga pulls up to your crib and you open the door and get in on your own, that's going to be the standard.
It be the little things you do. That's going to be tone.
That's going to be the norm, right? So if I go out with you on the first date, right, and no matter how hot and bothered you feeling, and I get some pussy on the first date, on the second date you can't tell me I'm not that kind of girl. No, you don't set the tone. And it's the same thing for everything. If I'm paying for the first date, you can at least offer, well, you know what, let me pick this up. Or let me pick up the tip. You know what I'm saying? When are y'all gonna realize that y'all pussy is overpriced? Way overpriced. Y'all put too much emphasis on that little piece of snatch. In my personal opinion, because understand this, you ain't got nothing different. You ain't got nothing different. And trust me, I done been fucking for years. You ain't got nothing different than this ugly bitch over here got.
So my thing is this: if Pussy is so overpriced, as y'all men love to scream. Why y'all keep chasing it? Why y'all keep going after it? If it's so overpriced, stick with the one. Because if it's all overpriced, just stick with the one you got that you done either
I'm not
she
getting.
ain't requiring much or you done already invested in that. So just stay there and just be happy with your conveniently priced pussy and don't worry about what's out there since it's all overpriced anyway. Y'all keep going after it, therefore there's
I'm not
value.
getting it.
Therefore it's not overpriced.
It's
You keep
overpriced.
chasing it. You keep
Y'all,
doing it.
a lot of y'all think y'all pussy is more than what it is. A lot of y'all. And understand this, B. Y'all can't be sitting up here talking about, oh, well, you know, I want this equal opportunity and I want the relationship to be 50-50, but every time the motherfucking bill come, you sliding it over to me. No, bitch. Pull your debit card out. Hit that joint up. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? No, I'm dead ass. Y'all wanted the equal opportunity. Oh, everything is 50-50. I'm a boss bitch. Well, show me you a boss bitch. Show me
First
you
of
a
all,
boss.
I'm a you're in front of my face trying to entertain me.
That
Boss,
don't
period.
that don't mean
It's
you're a
not
fucking
worth
boss.
it, then don't invite me on a date.
No,
Don't
that means that
act
you
in
was
my face. Keep
available.
it moving.
That don't mean you're a boss. That means you was available. That means
Okay, but if it's overpriced, it doesn't matter if it's available
that
or not.
means
It'll sit on the shelf, right? If
that means
it's available or not, if you don't feel like it's worth the value of the price or whatever, then keep it moving, and you won't have these problems.
no. Well, all right. Well, let me
Well,
tell you
then
from
deal with
a
it.
man.
Then deal with it.
Let me tell you from a man's
Because you
perspective.
setting the tone too. By you keep doing it, you're setting the
Exactly.
tone saying, hey, I want overpriced pussy over here.
No,
I'm going to
no.
do this for overpriced pussy over there.
So let me explain this to you, okay? The same way she's setting the tone, he's setting the tone. So hold on. So when
Bitch,
the
I'm rubbing
first
my lips together.
every time your lips move, something come out of them. Pause. But anyway,
No, at least it's not stuff dripping down the back of my throat every time you got to cough.
not getting back into that. She's setting the tone, he's setting the tone. But how come when he's setting the tone, he a bum? So now
I didn't say nobody was a bum.
that's what Sheila just said. I think she called me a bum. Don't give
No,
a
she was
fuck.
talking about Travis. See, look, a
Listen.
hit dog gonna holler, huh?
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. Understand this. The same way you setting the tone, he's setting the tone. So he's setting the tone to sit and say, all right, I got the first date, you got the next one.
I would do the second date,
Yeah,
and that's why I was going to answer the Trav. I have no problem doing the second date.
Because what happens is you get the first date, right? Then you get the second date, then you get the third date, and then before you know it, by the fourth or the fifth date, oh, let me go use the lady room and powder. Take care of that, and I'll meet you in the car. Nah, it don't work that way, bitch. Put the card down before you go drain that oyster. Put the card down, let them people swipe it. Point blank, period. Ain't no way in fuck I'm gonna pay for every fucking date. And I'm damn sure not spending no money on no chick. What you buying me? What am I getting out the relationship? What makes you so fucking special that I gotta drop a bag on you?
No. So for me personally, like I said, I would pay for the second date because I want to show and set the tone that I'm willing to be as equally invested in this thing that we're trying to see, can be a relationship, and see where it go. Because I'm not trying to play games with you, so don't play games with me. Because it's the first sign that I smell that you playing games, you get the fuck up out of here. So no harm, no foul, no loss. We both done put money in and walked away, but don't play in my face. You paid for the first date, I paid for the next. We're not gonna go tit for tat, but I just want you to see that I'm willing to come out and we're gonna, like, all right, you get me a gift, I got you a gift, vice versa, whatever. It don't have to be in no particular order, but the first date for me, he has to pay.
The problem is, right? Y'all start seeing each other, right? And the brother be like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy." The brother be like, "Yo, I'm out. I see something for her, so I pick it up and I give it. I give it to her, right? Then that becomes expectation. You know what I'm saying? That becomes fellas. Listen, just listen, fellas. Stop buying these bitches all this shit. Because, and I'm telling you, you motherfuckers are starting too goddamn high. You starting off buying them necklaces and shit, and then the next time you go out, you can't even buy them a necklace because you already bought them a necklace. They want something higher than what you've already given them. Stop buying them shit. And women, I want you to think about this. If you had a son, would you want him to spend his money on you? Would you want him to spend his money on that girl? That same woman that you talk about equal rights shit? Nah, fuck that, man. I wouldn't spend no bag on no chick unless the bitch is spending the bag on me. Point blank, period.
So you're not paying for the first date.
I'm paying for the first date. That I am. And you know why? And that's questionable. And I'm gonna tell you why that's questionable. Because if you ask me on a date, then yeah, I want you to pay. Yeah, but I'm gonna order sensibly, without a doubt in my mind. I'm gonna order sensibly. But if I invite you on a date, that means that I showed you some interest. So I'm gonna pay for the date. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not asking a man on no first date either.
Why the fuck not?
On a first date, no. We could talk, and then if you don't never ask me, it'll never come.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man.
Because this is my philosophy, right? Men are natural hunters, right? You guys it's just you're wired to go and chase your mate, right? That's in nature. The male picks the part, like, goes to the female, picks the one that he wants. So if you really wanted to be with me, right, I wouldn't need to ask. You ain't gonna let me go or you ain't gonna let somebody else have the opportunity to ask me before you get to ask me. So you're gonna, I got to get this one. So if that hasn't happened for you, means that I didn't catch your interest in the way that I should have for you to proceed that way. And so it is what it is. No, you got, because if you ain't chasing and hunting now, once you get comfortable in the relationship, you definitely ain't. Because when people get comfortable and they did go after their partner, things already, you get comfortable, so it goes down. So if you already starting at the bottom, it's only gonna get worse. I can't set that standard for myself.
Let me tell you something.
For myself.
Man. On some real shit, you women nowadays are really starting to become unapproachable.
You said I'm becoming unapproachable?
I said you women nowadays are really starting to become unapproachable. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got standards that for shit that y'all don't even have. Oh, I want a 6-figure nigga. Bitch, you working at Wendy's. Your standards are higher than what you actually are. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass. Oh,
I know it gotta be. Yeah.
I want a 6-figure nigga, right? Do you got 6-figure nigga pussy? Do you got 6-figure nigga attitude? Hell no. Most of y'all are just inappropriate. Most of y'all are just unapproachable. You know what I'm saying? And y'all standards are way too fucking high. Your fucking daddy ain't even making 6 figures. But you want me to make them for you, to take care of your fucking lifestyle. Bitch, please. You lost your goddamn mind. You better take this motherfucking Honda Accord and keep it moving. You fucking stupid. Bitch, get in this lowered Civic and let's ride. You lost your goddamn. Yeah, I'm dead ass. You think I gotta impress you? Just think about this. I gotta spend a certain amount on you because that's what you think you worth. And you shake like
I
a
think
fucking
that
papaya?
depends on the female. For me, it's not the dollar amount. It's because you could spend $5 for a picnic date, and we sit at the park. That's fine. Yeah. So the next date, whatever I choose that I want us to do, it's on me. Whether my date might be $200 for us, it might be, I'm not gonna be like, well, I gotta spend $5 on a date too. That's not how it's gonna go. But I'm just saying, it can't just be you spent this money on the date and then the date is a flop. Like, there's no connection, there's no chemistry, there's no good conversation. The only thing you thinking about is taking me back to the crib and smashing. That ain't gonna happen. So I don't care if you spend $5 or $500. We ain't gonna don't just put. Let's focus on if this could work, our common interests, and have an actual first date. And like Billy said, we're not Netflixing and chilling on the first date. Just, okay, I'm gonna go to your house and we gonna sit on the couch and just watch Netflix. Come on now.
No, we're not.
That's not my standard. That's not mine.
We don't have to do that, but pick rational places for a first date. You think that your pussy is worth Benihana? Right? You think your pussy is worth Benihana? You think your pussy is worth fucking capital seafood? You think your pussy is worth all these expensive ass restaurants? No, bitch. Let's go to Panda Express first. Let me see exactly what the fuck I'm working with. And because I'm gonna tell you this, on some real shit. And I told my wife this when I met her. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, it's a pleasure for you to be with me too. I'm somebody and somebody's child too. You think
So
you think you the creme de la creme? I'm somebody. I think I'm the shit too. Fuck is you talking about?
why, if you feel so strongly about trying to see what the value is, why not before having an actual date in a setting where you spend money, you say, hey, let's meet up, let's go for a walk in the park or something, or let's get the coffee, like so something that's, you don't feel like, oh, I invested all this money and it's a flop or whatever the case may be. And then when you take her on a real first date, then you could decide on if you feel like it'll be worth spending the money. Because I don't know, is this true that men already know if this person is marriage potential within the first few hours of conversating with the person?
Hell no. Hell, you never know if a bitch ready for marriage until like 5, maybe 2 to 5 years in. You don't know that shit because she's
2 to 5 years in.
2 to 5.
Yeah.
2 to 5.
You weren't even with Mika for 2 to 5 years before you proposed to her and got married.
We talking about a different time. Let me explain this to you guys real quick. When I met my wife, I had good cars, but you know what I picked her up in? Because I wanted to see what a bitch mine was. You know what I picked her up in? A 1988 Volkswagen Fox. And it needed a paint job, and it cut off every time I got to a red light. And you know why I picked her up?
You didn't have to go that low. Like, that's...
I'm going to ask her, Tamika, get your ass on here. And she'll tell you, I picked her up in the 1988 Volkswagen Fox. It needed a paint job. Every time I got to a red light, it cut off. And you could never fill up the tank all the way because gas will leak out the back. Right? And
why did you still have that car, bro?
I'm going to tell you why. I needed to make sure that she wasn't with me for the shit that I had. You understand what I'm saying? That she wasn't with me for my bread. I had good cars. I had motorcycles. You understand what I'm saying? But the next time, after we went out on a date with that Volkswagen Fox, right? And we both got home smelling like gasoline. Both of us. I need to see that this is what it's about. And after that, I picked her up in my Ford Probe, my good car, system, everything, drop 3 strikes, all that. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, why you ain't just pick me up in this in the beginning? I need to make sure you was who you was. Point blank, period. And that's what I think niggas should do.
Had her edges sweating out because you trying to run some tests.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. I need to make sure you down for me. And in reality, she like, you know, I told her straight up off the rip, I ain't got no money. Our first date was at Subway. I told y'all that. I pushed her in the water. Our first date was at Subway. I don't play them fucking Benihana games and them fucking, you crazy?
So, Premium, thank you for that. I appreciate that, Trap. I don't need to, I just feel like I know who I am as a person. I don't need to get on here to convince somebody of my character in real life. You know, it's just is what it is. You know, I'm happy with the person that I am. Not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm extremely happy with who I am. I don't feel the need to try to prove to you that I'm a good person, whether it be as a partner or friend, you know, a bystander or whatever. But you know,
that's the whole point of dating.
No, he was saying you missed the comment. I'm not saying that. No, if I'm dating somebody, like, of course I'm gonna have conversations and discuss qualities and whatever else. I was specifically addressing a comment that was made that you may have missed.
Listen,
but yeah,
fellas, when you go out with these chicks, I'm telling you, by time the first date, you want to see.
You know what we could do? We could go. We don't even have to like do no fancy none of that. Let's go to you know how they be having like these high speed racetracks and stuff. Let me beat you in a race. Like let's have some competition going. Let's do something fun. Let's you know like
Who, me?
Like a date. I'm not going on a date with you.
Oh, I thought you was talking in general. I said, you know,
I am in general, not with you.
Listen to what I'm telling you, fellas, on some real shit, dead ass. When you go on your second date with these chicks, ask this heifer what's her 5-year plan. And I'm telling you, if she ain't got no 5-year plan, she just something that you could pump on and nut in. That's it. Pump on and nut on. That's it. Keep that shit moving. Point
Listen.
blank, period. You know what they
Go to
say?
amusement park. Like we could do something fun. Like it don't have
Yeah,
to
no
be,
doubt. You know,
we could do a game night and invite our friends and let's
Top
see
Golf,
how you are in that setting.
Top
Like
Golf,
Rudy
Top
said,
Golf,
seeing people in different settings will tell you a lot about a person.
Top Golf is a great first date because they honey wings is fire. They mango marinara wings is fire. Top Golf is a good spot. You know what I'm saying? This gonna sound crazy. Dave and Buster's is a good spot. Somewhere to just have fun. RPM is a good spot. Somewhere to just have fun, man. Let me get to know you.
Paintballing.
Yeah, take a bowling. You know what I'm saying? Just somewhere where you having fun, and then on the next date, you get to a more serious conversation. You know what I'm saying? Depending if there even is a next date. Because I'm telling you, some chicks, they let you know exactly who they are and what they are on the first date. And they'll never make it to a second date with me. They shaped like papayas anyway.
Do you hear you go? You always keep saying that. You keep saying that. Like it just don't make no sense. I know, Trav. I don't take none of these things serious. It's all love. It is all love. Can I
First,
tell you this is what?
no, I'm trying to address TJ on this Top Golf. Listen, bro. First of all, TJ, you don't want to do Top Golf with me because I've seen the way you walk. So just based on how you walk, I know how you swing a club, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think you're trash when you walk. And competing against me in Top Golf, you might want to ask Tamika. I'm that nigga with the golf club, bro. I'm that nigga. But go ahead, Des. I apologize.
No, listen. You always trying to drag TJ.
I'm not dragging him, but the
We
man
need to do a compilation of all the times that you drag TJ.
the man offered me, just look at the comment. He said 40 a hole in Top Golf. I'm not dragging that man. That man coming for me. Don't come for me unless I send for you. I promise you. Don't come for me. But at the end of the day, fellas, let me just tell y'all something, man. You got a lot of chicks out here that think like Sheila, that think that they entitled to that bag and they entitled to this special treatment before you really get to know them. And nah, bro, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. Some of you heifers is really unapproachable. And nah, hell no. Nah. But I mean, if you want to get on to your second question,
No, it wasn't the second question. It was just something that came up, and don't ask me why.
That's for women. Y'all go ahead. That was Sheila. Sheila had a second question.
Oh, Sheila had a second question. For the ladies, do you know when you're ready to marry a man after a few dates, asking for a friend? So, for me, I just feel like
Bitch, you better saddle up, get ready for the long haul.
I personally, I feel like, okay, women, we are emotional creatures, right? I feel like our emotions may feel like we have those answers right away, but because we're so emotional and emotions can overshadow logic, that we shouldn't necessarily act on that decision immediately within the first couple of dates and get married. Now, however, I done heard stories about people that the same day they met, they got married and they've been married for 30 plus years, happily married. So there are one-off situations or whatever. But I just think that as a general rule of thumb, just you could think that and you can feel that, but go do different settings and interactions in different environments and bring this person around different people so you can see various different sides, live with the person so you can see who they are before you make that commitment. But that's just my opinion.
In my personal opinion, you can ask Tamika. If Tamika would have did her due diligence, she would never marry me. I ain't the nigga to bring around your family. I ain't the nigga to have on speakerphone. You know what I mean? I ain't that nigga. And I'm telling you, when I went around her family, boy, oh boy, oh boy, them people put me out that house. Not that I gave a fuck, but they put me out. So I'm gonna tell you, get to know the person before you marry him, man. Because, and I mean, I said it before. I mean, stick with them for 2 years at least. This way you can see how they pay bills. You can see how they wipe and clean their ass. You can see how they clean the house. You can see and check their credit score. I'm telling you, them people at Transfax and all them, they ain't lying on them. And listen to what their baby mama say. That bitch ain't always lying on that nigga. She telling some truth about the shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what the ex got to say. Because if the ex say, oh girl, I'm telling you, you gonna find out. She done been through some shit with that nigga. Know what I mean? So, but in reality, to be fair, I just think that everybody should wait 2 years before you get into any major decisions. Because again, you gotta remember that's gonna be a lifetime commitment. And even if y'all not committed to each other for a lifetime, that's just gonna be a person that's part of your soul for life. Like that person gonna be a part of your life. You're gonna always remember that person. So you always wanna keep that in mind. Big up, Rudy. Congratulations on your baby, man. What you have, a boy or a girl? What do you have? You don't know?
I don't know if he want me to say it. Of course I know.
What the fuck is the big secret? Whether you had a boy or a girl?
Hold on, let me see. Because I can't do that.
Whether you had a boy.
Well, he said him, so it's a boy. Yeah, it's a boy. He said him in the thing, and then he said boy. So,
congrats, man. Did you name him Rudy Jr.? I hope you got a junior, bro. I hope you got a junior.
So, he is so handsome. He's so stinking cute.
So why you couldn't tell me you had a boy? That's crazy.
I had to wait for. I mean, listen, that's not my business to give.
All right.
So
I remember that.
All right, you can remember it. I'm not. You done messed up a couple of times. Okay.
The only person that I really owe an apology to on this pod is Premium. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck about it. The only person, and I sincerely apologize to him numerous times. The fuck ain't accept my phone call, but that's all right. I've apologized to him numerous times because I honestly shouldn't have done what I've done. You know what I mean? But other than that, anybody else?
You always cutting up.
Anybody else? Fuck them. I don't owe nobody no apology. Premium, you the only nigga I owe an apology to. Even Sean said, man, that's crazy work. That's crazy. But he the only person I really feel like I owe an apology to. But
yeah, so with that, I wanted to tell y'all, kids, they really be humbling you, right? Me and my daughter, we had went. Well, actually, it was me and both the kids. We had went to go pick up some pizza, and while we were waiting, they have you crunching real hard. While we were waiting, they had Pride and Prejudice playing on the TV screen, right? So my kids looking, because it's like olden times and it's different than how we grew up. So they trying to just see like how they living. So my daughter gonna talk about oh mommy, I just love watching this show because and it's a movie, not a show, but I just love watching this show because it reminds me of how it was when you were growing up in your childhood. What? I said I was not growing up like that. Did you see the movie Pride and Prejudice? Think of like Bridgerton.
Nah. It has some black people in it.
No, but it's the people living on the freaking farmland, washing stuff by hand, hanging it out to dry, having the animals, to get your food. Like I'm talking back.
How many color people?
They riding horse and carriage for days just to get to the next town over.
How many color people? How many color people was in
there? Was not a single color person in sight.
I would not watch a single minute.
The whole point is, well, in Bridgerton there is some black people in there. It's just think of like the Victorian times. She talking about like how I grew up. Where did you get that impression? I feel like it's just anyway.
That's crazy work. But listen, before I go, and I know I'm gonna get flack for this. I know I'm gonna get flack. I went to this restaurant called K&S, and a couple of pods ago, we said if you go into a Jamaican restaurant and them people don't have an attitude.
Yeah, we talked about this.
I know, but I went into this restaurant called K&S in Stratford, Connecticut. I sent the pictures to Shine. And
Mr. Shine.
Let me tell y'all something. I stand by what I said. I walked in here, man. This dude had no personality whatsoever at all. Now, with that being said, with this restaurant right here, the food, I would go back. Thumbs up, right? But he had no personality whatsoever. And when I tell you that the location of this place is the location is trash. I think he could do so much better if he changed the locations. The presentation of the food, great. The presentation was great. I was able to get a curry goat
Yeah,
roti.
Wanda, CT.
Yeah, CT. I really wish y'all to come out here, man, because it's really lovely out here. I'll shut your ass up. That's the
It's too
presentation.
clean. Like the sauce is supposed to be a little crusted over the
Oh,
sides.
first of all, we went 12 o'clock. Stop. We went
I
at 12.
mean, they be slamming the stuff in and the juice still splatter. I don't know.
Listen what I'm
I
telling
don't
y'all.
know.
The presentation was great. But that Rasta pasta, dry as fuck. Right? And when the man asks you if he ever asks you, do you want some kind of meat with that? Some kind of sauce
That
with
mac
that?
and cheese look murderous.
Well, that's not mac and cheese. That's macaroni pie. That's what Trinidadian people call mac and cheese.
Macaroni pie.
That's what they call it, macaroni pie. But at the end of the day, the food was good. Definitely a thumbs up, right? But they need to work on their personality. You know what I'm saying? When people come into your establishment.
But you just said we need them to be rude for it to taste good.
I didn't know what the fuck to expect because his personality was like talking to a nun.
Premium. It looked like a biscuit from Popeyes.
No,
Why would you get the mac and cheese?
I didn't get. That's the funeral mac and cheese I was telling y'all about earlier.
It don't look like it got like a mixture of cheese. It looked like it was just one type.
That's the first one. That's the first one.
What's that meat next to it or whatever?
Don't do that. That's yeah, that's chicken.
All right, so why you say don't do that? I just said what's the meat? I couldn't tell.
So let me just tell y'all, if you're ever in that area, man, K&S, the food is good. The Rasta pasta is kind of dry.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be honest. This don't look as good as you trying to make.
Oh no, it's good. It's good, but when he asks you, do you want any kind of meat to go on top of that Rasta pasta and some gravy? Tell him yeah, because if not, it's gonna be dry. But other than that,
I feel like Jamaican restaurants' rice is always kind of dry. You always need the gravy.
That was the pasta, Rasta pasta.
You need the gravy on the Rasta pasta?
That's the best.
I just said
no, I know, but it shouldn't be dry enough that you have to have it, or it's gonna
be. Listen, Rasta pasta, pause, without meat. I'm telling you, you got to have some kind of oxtail or some kind of meat or some kind of gravy.
Before this year out was crazy premium. Before the year out, we could have a meat or whatever.
What's up, Rudy, man?
What's going on, y'all? I just came to show my face, say what's up, man.
Well, you ain't even showing your face.
Well, I'm in the hospital, Des.
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah, please tell me you ain't give birth to that kid in Grady.
Not at all.
Because listen, I went to a wedding, and a chick named Sonya told me, she said, I'm a Grady baby. And
listen, I'm gonna keep it with you. This has been like a wonderful experience. The only thing I hate is the fact that I'm from New York and my kid was born in Georgia. That's the only thing I hate.
It hurts.
First of all, you couldn't pick the better of the two because they both trash. They both garbage. So I mean,
no, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't hear nobody in this world talk about Connecticut, gang, except you. So good luck with that.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing because
like you, it's gonna keep the blacks out. Yeah. I got you, bro. I got you.
But that's it's just anyway. He I'm proud of where I'm from, but Connecticut ain't it. He making it seem like is what it is.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I've been saying that. It just is what it is. I'm proud of where I'm from, but it's just not. It's not that.
I'm not gonna let you do that because, man,
it's not. I live there.
I live there. The only thing I came on here to say, as you absolutely right, GA is the best. I love it here.
Whoa! It's better than New York.
Not at all. I didn't say that.
So why did you say it's the best?
So
the best means it's better than something else.
I'll explain.
Wait, are you
So
on a Mac or are you on your phone?
relax, bro. Relax. Why you starting? Relax.
What are
All
you
right.
on right now?
Relax. That's why your hair is
It's the
shrinking the way
Mac.
it
I
is
can
because you
tell.
got
It's
too
the
much
Mac.
hate dripping off you.
Continue.
You gotta chill.
Continue.
You gotta chill. All right. Shirley Temple, relax.
Bella, first of
So
all, you don't need to comment because I've been to Alabama and y'all don't need to be on the map either. I
listen,
promise you.
I think New York City is the best city in the world. We're gonna start that off right like that, right? But what I will say is, yeah, they bugging out, bro. They out their mind, Sean. But what I will say is, right,
New York's so
there's,
great, y'all
there's
moved to another state.
yeah, because there's opportunity to take from somebody else.
Hey,
Yeah,
yo, Sean, why the fuck is you commenting? These people can't hear
because
you.
that's my man, and we from the city. You
These
heard?
niggas can't hear you. Y'all need to
We from
stop.
the town where it all goes down.
Yeah, whatever.
Listen,
But go ahead, man.
Georgia got opportunity to be a businessman, to create wealth, to create generational wealth. Certain things that it's a lot harder to do in a city like New York when you don't have a parent that puts you in position. You feel what I'm saying? So what I came down here to do is to create that wealth and create that opportunity. So when my youth get old enough, if they do decide that, hey, I want to go back to the city, you'll have a foundation, something that I wasn't given. So I'm creating that foundation here. And what I love is the opportunity that's here to create that I didn't see anywhere else. So that's why I chose here. Does
Sean,
that
get his
answer the
name.
question? I wouldn't
Sean,
have chose Connecticut if the rest of the world was burning in
everybody,
fire.
everybody,
If the
everybody.
rest of the world you still wouldn't have came to Connecticut, that's crazy.
I still would have gone to
You know
Connecticut.
how many
That's
people,
crazy.
you know how many people on Connecticut Avenue, Southwood, and
Yo, the
Stamford as
best
a
part of
whole
Connecticut is the
is
worst
from
part
New
is
York.
Bridgeport.
Is from New York. You know how many people moving down here? Y'all from a state that don't even want y'all.
Yeah, we
They put
like
the
taking
they
y'all
put the
money and moving down
they
here.
put the rent. Y'all can't take nothing from me. They put the rent so high in y'all state to where y'all had to move to other states.
Yes,
They
yeah,
don't
they don't
want
want us there.
they
That's
don't want
a
you
fact.
there. But you say that's the best.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the culture
No,
that was created.
you ain't lowering no standards. You already listen.
Name one
Yes,
black man
Michelle,
outside of New
get you
York City.
one.
Talk to him.
Get you
And
one. They a little
and
aggressive, but get you one.
and not to
Get you
mention
one.
not to mention
Thank you, Sheila.
my
Thank you, Sheila.
grandkids didn't even want to
I
leave
ain't never heard
Connecticut.
a nigga say, man, I hate them
They didn't
Connecticut
want to
niggas.
leave that. They were
Never.
like, "Oh, can we move? Can we live in Connecticut? So stop the bullshit.
Yo,
Stop
listen,
the
man.
bullshit.
In
Connecticut is
Connecticut,
where
first
it's
of all,
at.
your pizza is trash. You was talking all this
We
shit last
got
time.
the
We
best
talked about the
fucking
pizza.
pizza it's
Who
been
told
known
you
in the
that? Somebody
world.
from Connecticut?
All right,
Come
we're
on,
not gonna
man.
keep. We're
We're
not.
not
We're not
getting
gonna
into
go
that.
back and forth. We done
We're
You
healed
not
never
getting.
heard
that.
you never heard of
I
margaritas?
can't
We
believe you
not.
missed Connecticut Chronicles. I don't miss it. So what I missed, there are little things that I'm
Man,
like,
y'all
oh,
niggas
okay, I
ain't
missed,
shit.
but I'm not like, oh, I want to move back. You get what I'm
Um,
saying? Like I
man,
miss being close to the
Destiny,
water, like being on the beach.
Destiny.
I
Let me just
miss
say this.
I
Let me
miss the
just say this.
convenience
No,
of things staying
what she
open
misses
later
is her comfort.
and
That's
doing
what she
things.
missed.
Like
Let
you
me
said I
just
That's
miss
her
say
what?
this.
comfort because that's what
Let
she know.
let me say this, and I think
Yeah,
I
but
can speak.
not like I
I
wouldn't go
think
around talking about I miss CT, I miss
let
CT.
me say this, and I think I could speak for everybody in Connecticut. All right, we don't fucking want you back. Stay where the fuck you at, Rudy. New York don't want you back. Stay where the fuck you at.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Connecticut ain't drowning without you, nigga. You
Not
where you at?
absolutely,
You where you at, Des? Stay there, nigga. We don't
absolutely,
need you, nigga.
absolutely,
We
That's
don't need you.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
okay.
stay
absolutely.
the
You could
fuck there,
cry.
nigga.
You could cry. It's
Hey, yo,
okay.
listen, y'all. My daughter came to see me for a week,
Mhm.
and I couldn't wait for her to leave.
Yeah,
Get
right.
get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
right. He was
I'm
like,
tired.
"Oh, why you gotta leave?"
I couldn't wait for her to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, first of all, you just got Wi-Fi good enough to even make this
No,
argument
right.
without
And you know
blinking. So,
why?
like, why
He
You
you?
only know
finally listened to
you
me and
only
Sean. We've
you
been
only
telling him
know
for
that
like 10
you only know
years.
that because they told you. You
I
only
No,
know
I
swear to
that
know
God,
that
I
because
didn't
because I
they
tell
was
him.
told
there.
you.
I
Yeah,
know that because I was there.
because they told you.
I
No, I
didn't
was
tell
there.
him that.
Yeah.
I was there. He didn't tell me. I was there.
Listen,
You know?
you was where?
You don't need to know all that, man. You know too much.
Listen,
Listen,
first of all, at the end of the day, ain't nobody really want you back here, Des. I'm gonna keep it
bro,
100.
Connecticut sucks,
That's
bro.
Stay
cap.
stay
Every
where you
single
at.
person
But listen, but
that
look,
Stay where
I
you at.
I
encountered when I
can't
was
be
out
mad
there
at
And
you
said
because
move
somebody
back.
told me that New York sucks, right?
New York
Everybody's
is
gonna say
trash.
where somebody else sucks, that where
New
they're
York is
from sucks.
trash. New York is trash. Alabama is trash. So Bella, you really ain't got no room to talk. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in agreement with you. Alabama is trash.
Alabama's trash. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas got
wow.
after hours. Well, hold on. Sundown town or something like that.
Towns is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So
2025 is wild.
Listen, I agree with you 100%.
You know they have
Alabama-
sundown towns
Talk
up
to 'em,
north
Ash.
too, right?
Talk to 'em.
Listen, I don't see how niggas keep getting caught in these sundown towns. I don't.
Nah, yeah,
Man,
that's bad.
first motherfucker come pulling up on my joint. I got
Chitty
32.
chitty bang bang.
I got 32 waiting on you. You fucking crazy. At the end of the day,
It probably is, Bella.
First-
I can't say I haven't been to Alabama enough to be able to say
and I
haven't been to the popular cities. I just went to that one little beach town.
Okay, so
on the Gulf Coast.
what you need
It
to do?
probably is. It probably is.
What
Yo,
you need
Bam,
to do is
Bam,
ask a nigga that been to Alabama and Connecticut,
Bam.
and I'm telling you, Alabama's trash.
We're not arguing about Alabama. Alabama's Alabama, right? It speaks for itself. But I want to know, because you were so high on the hog about Connecticut. I just want to ask one question.
Run your mouth.
What about Connecticut makes you think it's better than everywhere else? The one thing. Backyards.
We get the backyards. We get the back. Just listen. Backyards.
We know we got backyards in Long Island too. I should let you know.
No, motherfucker. Don't do that, Rudy.
You know we got backyards in Queens, right?
Don't do that, motherfucker.
We got backyards in Manhattan,
y'all don't claim Long Island. Y'all don't claim Westchester County and all that.
Brooklyn.
Stop that. You don't.
We got backyards in Brooklyn.
You don't. The only thing I give New York City is y'all niggas got a crazy bus system.
So Bella, Cassie is from Connecticut.
A crazy bus system.
Facts.
Y'all niggas shit run every 7 fucking minutes.
We got a crazy.
I respect that. But and I'm gonna tell you this, Rudy. I'm gonna tell you this. You my nigga, and our internet love you. But man, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, because Georgia, that little fucking MARTA system y'all got, is trash.
I'm not jacking Georgia, bro. I'm only jacking the opportunity.
Nah, nigga, man.
That's all.
Ain't no opportunities in Georgia.
Everybody
in Georgia trying to come up. Man, listen, that's a different topic for a different.
Everybody in Georgia trying to go where?
Trying to come back up this way because they all trash out there. Ain't no money out there. Ain't no unions out there. Ain't nothing out there.
Because what you talking from is a job mindset.
Hey, Wanda, let me explain this to you. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to visit Connecticut. Right?
I have.
No, nigga, you just said you never heard of it.
No,
you said you never heard of it.
I told you the best part of Connecticut is Bridgeport, and y'all hate it.
I live in Bridgeport. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. I'm saying
I live in
Connecticut hate Bridgeport. Bridgeport is the best part of Connecticut.
No,
she was born in New London.
The niggas in Connecticut hate Waterbury, hate New Haven. But at the end of the day, y'all gotta remember, Yale is in New Haven.
It was the only person I could think of. I don't know. They got some random celebrity from Connecticut.
You got what's that karate dude? Michael something White, whatever the fuck. He from Connecticut. He from Bridgeport. You know what I'm saying?
Wanda, come to CT4 to go through it to get to Boston or to get to Rhode Island or something.
Exactly. You're not even a destination, bro. You the
talking
now, or if you got money, Connecticut school systems.
It can say
it's
you
really
the tunnel
good
on the highway, gang. You ain't even a destination.
Connecticut for your second house that the people have. Because there is a lot of celebrities. They're not from Connecticut that live in Connecticut. Because there's money in Connecticut.
Yeah, right. Connecticut is the richest state. And y'all know that.
Connecticut has money.
It's the richest state.
I don't think it's the richest state. It's not
Google
the richest state.
Google it, motherfucker. Google it.
What
you talking about? Google it.
Sean,
Connecticut is the richest
state. Put it on the screen so we can shut him up.
Connecticut is the richest state. Y'all might think it's California, but it's not.
So here you go, Baldy. While Connecticut was historically known as the richest state in the U.S. based on per capita income, it has recently been surpassed by Massachusetts. So how about that? Now
look at the words you use.
Still has a higher per capita
you better put your mask on, nigga, before they put you out that hospital.
One of the wealthiest states. Massachusetts now holds the top spot. So
that's as of when? Because shit said recently. The shit said recently, but Georgia ain't
May 2025 information.
That's motherfucking May.
Okay, so what? We
That's
ain't
3
now.
fucking months
We
ago.
ain't now. We
Where the
ain't
fuck?
now. Give it
Where the
up. Give
fuck
it
does?
up. Give
Where
it
the fuck
up.
does
Let it
Georgia?
go.
Where does Georgia land on that
Let it
list?
I'm
go.
not
Where
from
Let it
does
Georgia,
go.
so
Georgia?
why you keep bringing
Where
them
does
up?
Georgia land on that stick?
You
Where does
bringing up
New
Let it
York?
Georgia
go.
Where
because
does
you
New
know you
York?
can't say that
Where's
about
New
New
York
York.
on that list?
You know
Where's
you
the?
can't say that
Y'all
about
them
NY.
some po ass niggas in New York, and you know they poor.
Not at
Them
all.
some po ass niggas. That's why they got subways. Cause they po ass niggas. They can't afford cars out
You
there.
drive a bus. What do you
Fuck out of
mean?
here.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, nigga.
And
I
the
drive
poor
a
niggas
bus.
getting it.
I drive a bus. I own 3 fucking motorcycles. I own 2 fucking campers. I own a boat. Nigga, I own shit in Connecticut. Fuck you mean?
So because you
New York,
own
I'm
stuff in
where the
Connecticut,
fuck
that
is
means what?
Sean? Don't do that. Don't come on the mother. Sean,
Did you just
yeah.
say so we don't
Listen,
own that?
where in New
All
York
right.
is y'all? Where in New York is y'all keeping a boat? Where?
They got
That's
people that have boats in New York. What are
And
you
what are
talking
you
about?
talking about. They
Actually,
keep it on
they
the
could park
water.
them
y'all
on the
don't
dock.
They keep it on the water.
y'all don't claim Long Island.
Who
So
don't?
stop.
We don't claim Staten Island, not Long Island. Wrong
Y'all
again.
don't claim Long Island. Y'all don't claim Staten Island.
Staten Island is the only island we don't claim.
Man, you know what, man? I apologize, fellas, because I done got all wrapped up and I done forgot about the people that's actually
Bro,
in the chat.
Bridgeport got
I,
wild bums and homeless people, gang.
New
They
York got
might,
mad
All
bums
right,
and
wait.
homeless.
they
Y'all
might
got so
steal your
many.
motorcycle.
Y'all got so many fucking bums. Y'all setting them on fire. Are you fucking
That's
crazy? Y'all
listen.
cool?
Not too much
Y'all,
in Bridgeport.
y'all cooling center is the fucking subway. Goof. Nah, I ain't gonna call you that. Y'all cooling center is the fucking subway, Rudy.
Yo,
Are you
listen, man.
serious? Shut
Listen,
your
man.
ass up, my
New York,
nigga.
the best
Come on
place.
down here and let me show
New
y'all
York
a
is the
good old
best place
time.
ever, gang.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
In
yeah.
terms of what, Chronicle?
It's not
Wealth?
like the concrete jungle, baby. No.
New York so great, you decide to leave it and go to Georgia.
Yeah, to buy property because it's too expensive where I'm from. Talk
Hey,
about money. You absolutely right.
Google the
It's too
word.
expensive where I'm from.
Google the
So,
word
With the job
so
valley.
now, hold on, Des.
Connecticut,
Hold on, Des. Let me address that. So just like you get money, I get money too. I was working at a job making 100K, and even with 100K, I got approved for a house about 600, 700,000, and I couldn't afford nothing where I was from because it's too expensive. So when you talk about money, my city get money.
Your city is
It ain't
trash.
my city get money,
Your
just
city is
like your
trash.
city
We
get
know
money.
it's you, but you
we
know
don't.
I
We
who
don't.
don't get no money?
I
Who
Georgia
did
said
get
say
no
this.
that?
money,
No, listen. It's not the same. Listen.
man.
Just
Listen,
so,
I
just for you, Bam.
rap
Connecticut
Stevie
did
P.
hold that spot for the longest time since 1987,
Yeah, but
but the
it
spot is
held the
taken.
spot for people who get money outside of that place who find it to be
Nah,
home, not because they make it in that state.
that's because
You
Milton that
can go to
state.
my state and make that type
Those
of money.
alarms going off. She good back there, bro?
Yeah,
She's
facts, bro.
absolutely fine. She's sitting on the left of me.
Yeah,
We
but
not
what's them alarms going on for?
they're checking on my child. They're trying to make
People,
my child fine.
people in the chat, I
Is
apologize
he okay?
because
He good. He has
people in the ch-
jobs, so we just
pe-
trying to lower the levels.
people in the
I just
chat.
like the
I
sound of them alarms. You know, we got, like I said, we got to advocate for each other and fight for each other. You need
You
me to
know
pull
that.
up?
I'm fighting for mine.
Do you
people
need me
in.
to pull up?
I'm not like Bam. I'm not giving up on my people.
Do you need me to pull up? Is the
Hey,
question. Do
listen,
you?
Nah,
I'm
we
not.
good.
I'm not giving up on my people too, but black fatigue is real. Black fatigue is real. But listen,
So is white
pe-
fatigue. I
people,
always talk about that.
people in the chat, people in the
Not
chat,
Ash being the federales. She
people in
said
the
she doing
chat,
some investigation like BNB doing.
people in the chat. I apologize because once they start talking about New York and Georgia, oh Lord, I lose my motherfucking mind.
I
You
don't know
understand what I'm
why.
saying? I lose my motherfucking mind. So what I'm gonna do is, Sean just told me we got 10 minutes. What I'm gonna do is,
We done
I'm gonna
overextended our stay.
I'm gonna open up the chat for anybody that could come up with a conversation that you think that we could start in 10 and start and end in 10 minutes. So you got 2 minutes to do that. If not,
Something. They done found premium.
Oh God.
look,
Thanks to
listen.
you. When you gave that man business out there, you prompted Ashley to perform an investigation. And during her investigation, she discovered some information and some facts. So now is everybody else gonna be doing an investigation too? Thanks to
Hey
your
yo,
loudmouth ass,
no.
wide loose lips ass.
Hey, listen, I told you premium. and this is gonna be the last time I do it, brother. I sincerely apologize. I really do, brother. And the brother told me no apology was needed, but I sincerely apologize. But until somebody come up with something to talk about within these next 10 minutes, let me give a shout out to the motherfuckers that installed my internet system from Frontier. I don't know if I can say their name or whatever. I'm not gonna say the technician's name or whoever they were. But man, when I tell you, man, they did their thing, man, and I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I froze at any time during this live or if I went out or whatever, but they did their thing at Frontier, man. So
Man, I want to talk about feminism fatigue, man. Let's talk about
well, we
that.
don't got. That's not enough time for the time.
Oh yeah, we could get 10 minutes in on E-Ho.
Well, I mean, you could go ahead, but
Yeah,
when it
you
cuts
saw
short,
how
we're
quick.
not
Yeah,
dragging it
yeah,
into
we
the
saw how
next
quick
video.
she said we don't have enough time. to get
Yeah,
into
oh
that.
yeah.
You can do
Because
it, but we're not dragging it into the next.
Because
to the next video.
because
You
they know the
want to
shit.
talk about it now, or you want to talk about it in the next video when you got
Rudy,
time?
they know the shit they bring to the table. They
Yo,
know.
listen, man. All I'm saying is because I was trying to respond to Sheila when we was talking. Sheila, you have I could tell you're a very intellectual person, but you have a very toxic mind state when it comes to men. I'm not at all. Never. She is intelligent though, like but she can hold a conversation. But when she talks and it turns to men, everything she says is so visceral. And it comes off like, oh, you speaking of this time. Okay, I get it. It's the hate man train. I think again, like I said when I wrote it, I think a lot of women overestimate their value nowadays. A lot of people aren't a Dez. A lot of people aren't a Chronicle who could be in a relationship for 14 years. Most women, 5 to 10 days, they ready to dip because y'all have the disease of more. As soon as you get on social media and you see something that you like, all of a sudden your relationship, you got problems. We need to get up out of here. Oh my God. No, he doesn't value me. No, he takes advantage of me. He wasn't taking advantage of you when he put you through school. But the moment that you started working with people who make more than him, now you look at him differently.
Facts.
That's something that actually happens nowadays, and it's just not talked about enough. And like I said when I wrote it, I could throw a pin outside. A pin. It'll take a little while, but I could throw a pin outside, it'll fly in the wind, and I could find a good woman. How many can say they could find a good man in a heartbeat? Because if so, you'd have one. They're very rare. So when somebody says, who's the prize? I mean, supply and demand. Do we not know what that is?
Listen,
Not true. We'll move on, please.
when a man makes his bag, he thinking how he could take care of his family.
His family.
Right?
Woman makes a bag.
How I could take. Oh, she thinking I don't need
a man.
I don't need a man. What I need a man for?
The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, that's factual. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, man, I just think that some of you chicks need to really evaluate yourself. Just evaluating just because.
You know what it is though, Bam? I think it's the sisterhood. I think the problem with the sisterhood is we got good women taken up for not so good women. And they're sharing values. They're sharing weaves, they're sharing wigs, they're sharing ideas. And it starts to mold in all together and sound the same.
They walk around here.
So it's like sometimes you're defending something from, and Des does this a lot, love it to death. But Des stands up for women, and I love that, right? But the caliber of woman that she is, watch my hand, is here. The caliber she be defending be here. And because they have the same genetic code, woman, she groups them in together. No, clock it. You can't. You're in a rare Sharon Wings, chill. You're in a rare box. And a lot of times you're speaking from that rare box. But that's not the reality of what we're dealing with today. And it's the same thing. Like, don't think I'm just picking on the women. It's a whole bunch of men out here that are horrible, that are dirtbags. And I do not stand up for them or claim them. But I stand up for people like Bam, even though he get on my nerves. And I stand up for people like Sean, who are good men. Bam.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a decent nigga.
You are.
A good. And I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. I'm a good father. I'm a terrible husband.
It be like that though.
I'm a
It be
good
like
father.
that.
I'm a good father, a great friend.
Sometimes you have to learn to be better. Sometimes you have to make mistakes to see better. But I think the difference between us and them is that we acknowledge it and we don't push it, right? I've had conversations with friends where I'm like, "Yo, you're deflecting. I'm talking to you about something you're doing wrong, and the first thing that you're bringing up is something that somebody else did wrong. No, we're talking about you. Leave it on you. Let's take accountability for your actions. The same way we want men to take accountability, a lot of men do. I don't see a lot of women doing it. And then women always say we need men to hold other men accountable. Okay, so we need women to hold other women accountable. You don't. You make excuses for their behavior.
Facts. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that
Oh yeah, I
100%.
got that done in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. But you know what's crazy? My sister got a question for you, and I think they're entitled to an answer to that. We got 4 more minutes on that. You gonna put that question? Okay, there we go. Thank you, Des.
She said, "Okay, Rudy, what negatives do men share from a man's perspective?" What's the best way to describe it? We so there's just like there's a woman circle, there's a man circle, right? And a lot of times we have conversations about conquering, right? Des brought this up earlier about men being hunters, right? A lot of time hunters share their trade, and sometimes a good man will share his trade with a bad man. So a lot of times we start to sound alike, we start to look alike, we start to dress alike, we start to talk alike, and the chameleon is going to use that to his best advantage. So I think one of the things that we do share is game, right? I think the game that some good men have that they use to get their woman who they feel is their prize. A lot of bad men use that to their advantage to take advantage of women. So I'm not out here saying that all men are good because I don't believe that. But I also think that us as men, we know a lot of men are no good. And when we try to bring that to women's attention, instead
Yep.
of accepting it, you try to tell us we're trying to control you.
Hold on.
My fault on the ringing, y'all.
No.
My bad.
Well, no, bro. No, bro. I need you to repeat what the fuck you just said. That repeat
Because it's
because
the same thing with leadership, bro. It's like
facts,
if I can't point you in the right direction and I can't tell you what to do to a certain degree,
facts,
then you can't be my woman. I can't lead you,
facts.
right? It's like when a man tells you, like, it's the same thing. It's like a lot of times a lot of things that women share, men share as well. So it's like when a woman could see my friends and she could go, "Yo, bro, he's a dirtbag. He's not really your friend." I start to value what she's saying because I start to pick up on certain things. There was times that my wife told me that certain people wasn't my friends, and I had to learn the hard way. But when I learned, I acknowledged it and I moved accordingly. A lot of women will be friends with a woman that they know is not good for them for years. I'm talking years, pulling you down, but you'll still accept it because that's my girl. She was there when I needed it. A lot of times people trauma bond. A lot of times you go through something that's similar. A lot of women are living their friends' lives. What do I mean?
Facts.
A lot of women had their friends. Some women have never been cheated on. Some women have never been abused. But you're out here advocating for your friends who put themselves in horrible positions. Doesn't mean that they deserved it. Doesn't mean that those things that occurred to them was their fault to a certain degree. But I think a lot of times we absolve people of making choices. In life, when you make choices, there are consequences. I got a 10-year-old daughter and I teach her that every day.
What they doing to my boy back there?
He's chilling. They just checking him in. The sensor moved, so that's why
Bro,
he's fine.
what I want you to do, man, on some real shit, because you touched on some crazy points, and a lot of people in our chat, they not on the planet you on, man. You on a whole nother planet.
Sheila
They
wants
not
to know.
they're
Sheila
not
wants to know,
understanding.
Rudy. So how you know Sean a good man, but not the next?
Say that one more time, Des. I'm sorry.
She said, so how you know Sean a good man, but not the next?
All right, woman. So take this one thing from me. If you don't remember nothing else I ever said, let me give you some game. It's gonna sound similar, but it's not. You never ever judge a man by what he does for you. You judge a man by what he sacrifices for you.
What was that, Mom?
That's how you know the difference.
I'm sorry. What was that? Yes.
That's how you
When you say
It
For example, right? If you bring it to a man's attention that something in your life needs to be fixed, and he takes a day off of work to come do it, or he leaves work. Yo, I'm tired. He told you I'm tired. I just need to go home. And you're like, nah, I really need this thing fixed. I wish somebody could do it. And he comes and he does that for you. He's putting you before he's putting himself. That shows the trait of a Sean, right? But when a man throws money at it and he says, I'll pay to get it fixed, he's trying to impress you. He's not trying to be there for you. He's trying to impress you, right? Anybody can spend money on anything, right? But when someone puts effort forward and sacrifice from their own to make sure that you have, that shows you what type of person they are in their character. And that's how you differentiate. The problem is a lot of people see red flags, and this is why I stopped having sex with people early, because that plays a part in the decisions that you make. A lot of times, those sheets be fun. And when you have fun in those sheets, and now it's time to make a decision because they did something that crossed your boundaries, a lot of times you allow those things to occur. I'm so sorry, guys. I just
feel like I want to hold him.
What we gonna do, bro? You know what I'm saying? We gonna table this, man, because I want you to give us the red button, man. You got other priorities that you need to attend to. So Sean, get it.
I'm gonna get on with y'all. We're gonna do this conversation.
What I'm gonna try to do, I can't make no promises, but I'm gonna try to see if I can convince Sean to get on the next live. We never know. Miracles happen every day. I might have to
Sean,
this last thing.
Sean, give him the red button because he don't know when to stop. Hey, yeah, Rudy, we appreciate you, man. But man, go take it. And
I'm back.
No, I know I'm back. I know you know how to prioritize.
Just this one thing. I just want to say this one thing.
We're giving you the
Go ahead, say the one thing. Go ahead, say the one thing.
I don't just want it to be a bashing thing. I want us as men to help and teach women. As much as we point the finger at them and tell them that they need to be better, I also want to give them pointers on how to be better, and I want to accept the pointers that they give to us to make us better. Because a lot of us as men are not that.
So you want to have an open dialogue?
You said what?
On how you want to have an open dialogue about how both sides can grow.
Because when you tell me as a woman what I'm doing wrong as a man, but you're explaining it in a way to benefit me and not in a way to tear me down.
All right.
So that's what I want us to do is not tear each other down.
And I want to say shout out to my husband. He is a great guy. And I'm not just saying it because he's my husband. As a person, he truly is a great person.
Jack people that's not.
Sean,
he is a great person.
Hey, Rudy, man,
give me the red button. Yeah, give me the red button.
Yeah, we internet love you, but
thank
give me the red button.
Rudy, for being here.
Get him out of here. Hey, listen, everybody, man, we appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all the conversation that we had tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you guys to pay attention to my shirt that my wife put together. Don't expect people to treat you the way that you treat them. That's my message to you tonight. And with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend and tell a friend to
tell another friend and tell some more friends to tell them niggas too to subscribe too.
Facts. Okay? And if y'all got any show ideas, feel free to hit us up on our email, and we promise you we will get to it. But with that being said,
we're gonna have to hit y'all with the red button, give y'all the swirl, and see y'all on Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in, guys.
And we appreciate y'all. Give them the swirl, Sean.
Give them the swirl.
Hey.